Hello, everyone. Back from a channel update and into this well, unfortunate event. So I think everyone probably heard that a game that people were anticipating, people were, I guess, kind of hyped for, people were excited for, people were interested in, got canceled. A pretty big game at that got canceled. And it was an Xbox. Well, yeah, the Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive kind of thing, and this was it. So this being on Xbox One and Windows 10, and I'm not really here just to talk about like what I thought about the cancellation. I mean, to be honest, I probably wasn't gonna get it like with the footage that I'm seeing like now because it's just kind of not my type of game. I don't like games where like you're limited in equipment and it's like very scarce to the point where you're left with nothing and you're desperate to get more. And one thing I would have been interested in is if, getting, let's just say, a sword that lost its durability. Um, what am I saying? Getting a sword after a sword of yours lost its durability in a pretty close location was gonna be like usually what would happen. I was interested to see if that was the case, and now I won't really have the opportunity to see that. So yeah. So what is it gonna be about? Now, to decide on maybe say it may be different from what I'm actually saying in this video. This video will be more about what this cancellation will do or probably already did to Microsoft as a gaming company, console gaming company, and Xbox as a console brand. So, first with Microsoft, I mean, last year, I know many people didn't want to play Fable Legends, but what made it worse is they closed down Lionhead Studios. They didn't directly cancel Phantom Dust, but they kept on delaying it, and it got to the point where when they announced when someone asked what happened to Phantom Dust, they just said, "Oh, we're just doing a remaster instead of a remake or reboot," which sad, meaning that the Phantom Dust reboot or remake got canceled. So that was sad part about it. Um, this one, and this one's, I guess, a little bit surprised me. I didn't expect them to just flat out cancel Scalebound. I thought they were going to just delay and delay and delay to the point where it pretty much we kind of knew it wasn't existent, but Microsoft just said no, it's still coming. So that's what I would say. So them as a console gaming company, I think their image has gotten worse because especially with Phil Spencer saying, it's better for Xbox gamers. I'm assuming based on that, he's just mainly targeting like the first person and third person shooter audiences, or even going as far as to say the casual audience. I don't know if they're gonna do like a new sports title of their own, like first party made, which I think I kind of doubt because I think they're just gonna ride on the success of Madden and FIFA and whatever. Forza, I mean, for that series, looking at Visa Charts, which isn't the best, but it kind of gets the job done. Um, like at least for motorsport, like each iteration has kind of been declining in sales. So I'm kind of just thinking maybe there won't be any more, at least for motorsport. I heard Horizon 3 sold more than the than the latest Motorsport series. So they may just keep on going with the Forza Horizon series, maybe, but it's kind of getting tiring to see Forza just released every year, not like the same exact series, but just in general, like you'll have a Forza every year, and that kind of just doesn't um help keep on going with the surprises. So, and I mean, and basically what this cancellation really did to Microsoft is it pretty much, like, I mean, first I'll say is this cancellation was pretty much um to any Japanese developer to just not even, like, this was pretty much like the wake up sign for Japanese developers to even think about working with Microsoft. Especially from two videos I saw, one from Enduo and one from, well, yeah, and one from, I think it was why Scalebound was canceled or something like that. And it was, I think, Microsoft's fault. Yeah. Um, like creative differences, and just tight scheduling. I understand some people say like it's because of Platinum. Um, it's probably also because of Platinum Games working too many games, but then Endual, an insider in the video game industry, I think he's proven himself to be an insider. Didn't doesn't think so, because, well, he's an insider, and I think, and he talked to Platinum company's employees, and yeah, so he said that they were working horses or something like that. Like they work really hard. Like they work in just like they work in just about, like, no matter how many titles there are, like four, they'll still like just they'll still keep on working and still, I guess, be successful, right? So, but um, so that's why I think like no Japanese developer is going to be supporting Microsoft like at all, and even through just money adding, which they kind of been doing. Like I've noticed it with like why Final Fantasy 15 was in their press conference and why there's like Xbox One commercials of Final Fantasy 15. It's like I think they're money adding, which isn't really a good idea because I think they're limited on money because it's not like the big boss at Microsoft is gonna give them a free good amount of money because I don't think that guy isn't. So there's that. And for any, I guess, indie developer to work to, like, who's planning and just working with them, this also might just be, once again, a wake up call. Because some people say that this was a Japanese game, but it really isn't that way because, I mean, it looked more like a Western RPG. Yeah, there's going to be some Japanese elements like costumes and stuff, but that's about it. Like, mostly, like, I'd say 80% of it would be a Western RPG or Western game. So there's that. And thus, because this is a game that had potential and was unique, and that this pretty much will just be a wake up call. Like any, like even independent developers like Insomniac Games will kind of look at this and be like, yeah, I think Microsoft was fine with like independent developers like throughout, through and through. I mean, but like now, since I guess they're desperate for money, desperate to make profit, it kind of got to the situation, and yeah, so yeah, um, so what does it like make, like, what does that actually, like I already said, it worsens their like image to the point where Japanese developers and independent developers or indie developers are not going to be working with them. And because of that, and it will also make them be like looked at as a company that's just going to bring Gears, Halo, and Forza, which, okay, that's, I mean, that used to be a good combination, but now it's getting kind of tiring, especially with the shooter overload, I guess that was in last generation. It's not making a situation for them any better, really. And getting a Forza game released every year, it's not helping. Like, I think people are gonna get sick of it. Like, I don't know what time, but eventually they'll get sick of that. Probably soon, probably in a few years, who knows? But yeah. And then there's the Xbox brand, and I think this is a similar story. Now it's just gonna be more looked at as the shooter console, or the Halo, Gears of War, and Forza console, and really nothing more. And that's really just going to be like in terms of quality, just those three franchises. Which, I mean, now thinking about it, I mean, Halo, like a big Halo title, like every 3 years, it would pretty much be about similar and not really much changes. Gears, I know it's a little bit too soon because of new developers, and new developers usually, and there's a good point to make that when they're doing a title that's well known and I guess acclaimed, usually they'll just follow the formula and make it similar to the original, and then just like after that, the next installment will just be something different. And so there's that. I guess we'll have to wait and see what Gears of War 5 does, which won't be till 2019. So I don't know about that. Forza, I mean, I guess there's always going to be something unique with the. I mean, I think Forza Horizon 3, because I think it's the only like good, really good or great arcade um racing game. So, or open world. I mean, racing game. So, I mean, I played a demo of it, even though it took place solely on the beach and well, forest. I guess if it's not a forest, then place with a lot of trees. I just kind of didn't really care for the game, so I don't know. I just really didn't feel anything with the game, really. So yeah, and that I think you guys already know what I'm going to go with this. Now the Xbox console brand will be just known for just being a brand that just brings Halo games, Gears of War games, and Forza. Well, I guess you could say Forza Horizon series, because maybe the Forza more source suits are kind of, maybe each iteration is not going to be that different, and it's going to get to the point where you might just, it's probably better for some or a lot to just get one of the latest one and then just don't buy the rest later. So yeah, that's really just sad. Like I mean, just like one racing game, because the rest might be similar, very similar to the point. It's not really that big of an update. And that could happen to Halo, or it could just be, worse with the changes, like how, like make it more like Call of Duty, which I'm already getting sick of. That kind of style. I really want something fresh, really fresh, and at the same time, the content that Black Ops 2 has. So Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has. So Platoon, I think, is getting there. I think they just need to brush up on like maybe add a third mode like to it. Like it doesn't have to be survival, but something. Something. I mean, and yeah. So I mean with that, is Xbox as a console brand a joke console brand? Well, maybe if it's just gonna be Halo every 3 years, Gears of War every 3 years, and Forza well, every year, or Forza Motorsport every 2 years, and Forza Horizon series installment every 2 years. And yeah, I mean, for me, I know just, I mean, I think I played enough of Halo. Like, I tried Halo 4, wasn't really caring, I guess, because I don't know, it was too much like Call of Duty, and playing Halo 5 Forge, right, just a match of it, I just kind of didn't really care, too much. So I don't know, like, yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, and I mean, to add it even further, I don't know if the Halo like game, like the latest one, is going to be that good. It seems like, I think from what I'm hearing, like points I'm hearing, like each like installment, not each installment, but the like installment after like Halo 3, installments after Halo 3, just got, well, worse than the previous one, or just only slightly better, but still, I mean, if I don't really have fun with Halo 4, then it's just not, yeah. Gears, I'm looking at a game. I don't see much that I can find to actually really enjoy it. If it's just going to be like shooting, I kind of want something, fresh with just something besides shooting. So, like, I think it was more like the like shotgun and assault rifle gameplay. It's like, yeah, but kind of did that with Call of Duty, pistol at closer range and assault rifle at mid to long range. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess now, to kind of, I guess, put this for like the last topic for this. What is it really going to do for the, I guess, well, I mean, yeah, what does this mean? Like, what does this cancellation mean for like the future? Um, for like, what does it predict? Like, is what's gonna happen in the future? And this is a crazy one, but I'm gonna put it out there, and this might warn some Xbox fans to just, well, maybe abandon ship or do something about it. Because of this cancellation of Scalebound, I have a good feeling that, not a good feeling, but I have this slight feeling that before E3, whether it be a week before E3 or a month before, or not a month, maybe 2 weeks before E3, all of these games are canceled. Like, Crackdown 3 is canceled, Sea of Thieves is canceled, Cuphead is canceled, all of them. And then they'll just say, "Oh no, we still got new games coming out, like these new Xbox One games coming out still like this year. You'll see till E3." And then what happens at E3 is they announce Project Scorpio, what the heck it is, and then they'll announce it as a machine that's just a multi-platform machine. Like, I'm just putting it out there, and if I get this right, oh boy, man, this was a kind of crazy prediction. I say a 50% chance this could happen. Just because, the reason, like, I'm seeing this is because, like, if they were going to cancel Scalebound, they wouldn't just make an official, like, from what I've seen previously, they would just say it's delayed. Like I already said previously, it would be delayed. And then when it got to the point of just them talking, it's like, oh, it's canceled. Like, I would say, like, till like next year, summer, next year, they would just say, someone would ask, oh, what happened to Scalebound? It's like, oh, it's canceled. Instead of just saying it now. Because if they didn't do it Phantom Dust, it kind of makes you think, well, why would he do it here? So, because I mean, Phantom Dust was already like canceled pretty much before Microsoft said it was. Like the reboot and remake was canceled, so that's kind of what I'm. That's what I'm kind of like. I have a little bit of a feeling might just happen, and I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, because I've kind of been seeing Xbox just money adding these third party developers to just market their console with games like Battlefield 1, Final Fantasy 15, and Madden, and any other game that I wouldn't really normally see would be like marketed on here. Um, so that's all I'm really gonna say. And I'm also gonna add to that the money issue that they have by, I guess, spending it on the marketing for the for their console to be marketed with the multi-plat games. That might have also played into the maybe the cancellation of this game. Maybe that's all I'm just gonna say. But yeah, and that's all I really have to say for this video. So as I always say me in a future.